Now we go to Colombia, where the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights has presented the annual report on Colombians' human rights situation. It comes, of course, amid the ongoing peace process between the government and the FARC rebels. Our correspondent Natalia Margarita reports now from Bogota.
Señalamos varios obstáculos.
The 2014 annual report from the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights welcomed the progress made in the ongoing peace negotiations, but it also called on the state institutions to strengthen their efforts to eliminate inequality and poverty as a requirement for a sustainable peace, especially in the rural areas affected by the conflict.
It's important that even if the FARC demobilizes, that issue is addressed, because otherwise one of the only opportunities for employment that exists in that area will be criminal gangs.
The report acknowledges a reduction in murders and killings, but the UN remains concerned about the large number of threats against human rights defenders and social movements.
And you seem to see an increasing trend in this area, but again, that's natural within a peace process, because those that are holding on to a certain amount of, let's say, political power, economic power, may be worried that this peace process will change that.
Presidential Advisor for Human Rights, Rodrigo Rivera, said there is a common pattern in the recent increasing threats.
All those who have been targeted have been reproached for supporting the peace process. That is a common pattern that we have already asked the judicial authorities to investigate carefully.
As the UN report calls on for more effective investigations into the threats, human rights defender and Senator Iván Cepeda, who has been targeted himself, said the government should start responding efficiently to the threats, observing that the intimidations are all coming from the same group.
Stronger actions to tackle this problem are urgently needed. We have said to the President and his ministers that it is finally the time to cut off all the roots of the phenomenon of paramilitarism that must happen in order to advance toward peace in Colombia.
The discussion on issues such as the de-escalation of the conflict and an eventual bilateral ceasefire have shown progress in the negotiations underway in Havana. However, social movements in Colombia are still demanding from the government to seriously investigate into the latest threats, as well as to stop using violence as a strategy to counter social protest. From Bogotá, Natalia Margarita, Telesur.